Okay guys, so I just put up a video about 3 cleaner rinseless washes that I used, and the big thing about them was that you can use them as a paint prep. Okay, so after you're polishing, you can wipe the oils off there and clean them, and you should be able to go right into coating. It was these 3: Fine Lab, McKee's, and the Gloss Shop. And a lot of people came up with more. Okay, Ben, well, you should try these, or what about these ones? You got the OP Eco Wash, you got Fusion, you got American Detailer Garage Wipeout, and you got Croftgate. So the reason I didn't use these 4 is because the manufacturers don't really say to use them as a paint prep, and they may leave some type of residual or residue on there. Now the Croftgate, I don't know if it does or not. The Wipeout is a pH 9 product, so it is high cleaning, but it will leave some type of polymer left over, kind of like a LSP, a last step protection, and but it's very light though, so you could use that, but you'd want to use some type of solvent after that. And a better choice would be even to go with the Fusion, which is a pH 7. It's a neutral, and recommended to use that if you wanted to use it for a panel paint prep, but still use a solvent or some type of something to clean the paint after you're done using these 2 products. The same with the OP. I don't think that they recommend as a paint prep. If you let that dry on the car, something will be dried on there after you're done, but it's really easy to rinse it off. You can go right back over it. It'll come off real easy. So I not that they're not great products, because these are fantastic products, guys, but they're not the paint prep products like these 3. That's why I said these 3 cleaners up front: the Fine Lab, the McKee's, and the Gloss Shop. You got to have something like that, especially for cleaning, pure cleaning with no residue. I understand that part. It's not just rinseless wash cleaning. It's not leaving anything, no layers, no fillers, no nothing on the paint. So we're going to play around today with all the products. And what I'm going to try to do is, I got a vehicle out here. It's black, it's dirty. I'm going to get about a cap full of each of these, and I'm going to pour it onto the vehicle. I'm going to let it sit there for about 30 seconds, and then I'm going to rinse that off and let that panel dry, and we'll see which one of these has stronger cleaning powers, okay? Whether it be surfactants, emulsifiers, whatever's inside there, which ones are stronger at cleaning purely on their own, being rinsed off. I'm not going to agitate or anything. I'm just going to put a little capful, let it run down the door, and then I'm going to do a light rinse, and we'll see which one's actually cleaned better. So let's check that out. This should be interesting. All of these products are phenomenal, guys. That's why I have them, because they're phenomenal, and I use phenomenal products. All the companies are fantastic. They just do different jobs, and that's the whole point of having different rinseless washes. They do different jobs. There is no one is the best. They're all good. So let's get to this video. I hope you like it. Let's go. Okay, guys, so here's the vehicle we're working on today. It is super dirty. It just gets sat outside, and lots and lots of dirt, water spots all over it. As you can see, very dirty. So I think we're gonna probably work on this back section and maybe the doors here. And like I said, we're gonna pour a couple capfuls down. We're gonna see how they clean, if they get the water spots off, whatever, how much dirt they can pull off straight undiluted on this vehicle. Okay, we're going to start with the Croftgate. Now this is a very thick product here. It is thick and milky, and I'm going to just pour it right down the side here. We got American Detailer Garage Wipeout. a milky substance, not as thick as the Croftgate. Now we've got the Fusion from American Detailer Garage. This is their foaming hybrid wash product. And we've got some OP. OP Eco Wash. This is also a foaming product. I like the way this smells. Some people say they don't, but I love it. And this is a very highly concentrated product as well. Okay, so here's the 4 we have going right here. Now I'm going to come and get my deionized water hose, and I'm just going to lightly rinse this panel, and we're going to let it dry and see what happens. So you can see, actually the OP's semi-thick and viscous. It sits on there. The Fusion is already drying. The Wipeout, similar to the Fusion, and the Croftgate is very thick, super thick. So I'd say this is the thickest, but this is definitely right behind it. And these two are thinner in viscosity. Okay, over here I have my on-the-go deionizer set up. The water runs out the hose through one stage, two stages, and comes out through the top. We're going to use this and then let it dry. Okay, and while that's drying, let's do this side. So we've got the Gloss Shop Sublime. A little bit thick of a product here. We got the McKee's N914. And we've got the Fine Lab Pure Rinseless. Thicker product. Okay, let's go ahead and rinse these off. I might as well show you first though that the Pure Rinseless is very thick. The McKee's is drying, not thick, but it does have some type of rainbowing, or it's drying on there. That's what I'm seeing there. And the Gloss Shop is reminds me of the OP, how it was semi-thick. So the two thick ones, the thickest one was the Croftgate. Then the OP, the Gloss Shop, and the Fine Lab were very similar. Now let's go ahead and rinse this lightly. Oops, shit. Okay, and then let's let this dry and see how that goes. Now going back over here, there seems to be a darker streak. And I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it is definitely a little darker right here. Now as I pan to the side, I don't see any of that in any of these. Actually, the wipeout has it a little bit coming down here. Okay, so the Fusion has it a little bit down here as well. Nothing on the OP so much. Now remember, OP is a pH 7 or neutral, pH 7, pH 9. Not sure what the Croft gate is. But because the Croft gate was so thick, let me change lenses here. You can see some of the lines from the cleaning power, the Fusion, definitely from the wipeout, and definitely from the Croft gate. Now we're waiting for these to finish drying. Okay, it looks to be pretty dry. Let's check out this section here. A little bit of cleaner areas where it was dripped down. The McKees I can see down here, a little bit cleaner, and the pure Rinseless is definitely darker in those areas, so it has a lot of cleaning power. Now the pure Rinseless and the Croft gate are the top two. They are the thickest of the product, so you are getting that real viscous product, and probably super concentrated. I would say the McKees might be pretty close to the next one, and I would run them in about this order. I would say that the pure Rinseless from Fine Lab and the Croft gate are pretty even. I would say the McKees is right behind them. The wipeout definitely has some cleaning power. The Fusion definitely has some cleaning power. The Eco Wash, lighter, but has a little bit of darkness over here. And the Gloss Shop definitely has a lighter cleaning power as well. So I'd rank it as Fine Lab and Croft gate equal at the top. I'd say McKees next, Wipeout, Fusion, and I'd probably say Gloss Shop and OP, the bottom two at the cleaning power, you know, directly onto the panel at the end there. Not that these two don't clean very well with agitation, but just solely alone on pouring the product looking, I think the Gloss Shop is stronger than the Echo Wash. And which is weird because the Echo Wash was a pretty viscous product. And this is also viscous as well. So that's my ranking in the order here, guys. Okay guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and a subscribe button. I'm trying to go over some of these products people have asked about. I did a video on 3 of them, and people were coming up with more suggestions and they wanted to know this and that. So in order from strongest cleaner, from just pouring it directly out of a capful onto the panel, I would say Croftgate and Fine Lab are pretty similar. They're very viscous, they're thick, and they just sit on the panels, and they seem to have darkened and cleaned up the most. All right. Next, I would say, is the McKee's and the Wipeout. They're very close. I would say I saw a little more from the McKee's, but it could just be my vision. But either way, these two are very close. They are thinner products and they dried up a lot faster on the paint, but I could see darkness where it had ran through there and did its cleaning thing. Right behind this section is the Fusion from American Detailer Garage. A very nice cleaning product. It is a foamer, and I mean, I'm talking, it's right behind these two, so no slouch there. Between the last two, I would say the Gloss Shop and the OP, they are both more viscous, like in the middle of all of these products with their viscosity, and they kind of sat on the panels. They did darken very lightly, the cleaning ability straight up. The OP, I talked to Dan, I think he said it's surfactant free and they use emulsifiers. So something different. Either way, you're not gonna go wrong with any of these products, and this is just a little fun play around test, pouring it onto the dark panel. That this truck is super dirty, and just seeing what they do on their own with their light rinse of water. We didn't want to agitate too much. So I hope you guys liked the video. Can't go wrong with any of them. Grab yourself some Rinseless Wash, get Rinseless Washing. Thanks for watching, guys.